he's insane.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit exciting, and a matchup that I don't feel like we get to see a little bit too often. We're going to be seeing a little bit of Peach go up against Ryu. Peach is going to be the one that kind of wants to play on the back line a little bit. You really don't want Ryu to get in, because look at how much mileage Ikan is able to get off of one jump and wants to get the neutral into the back. Already 58 on the board.
Exactly, and now you already see Khanage, he still has to get in, because this is the threat bubble that Peach wants to work with, and now, you mentioned it before as well, it's a risk and reward type thing. If you do not hit that back air, it's going to be, you know, a rather blast for Ikan, and Ikan already looking for a nice hit. However, Khanage is keeping Ikan at least behind.
Okay, tries to maybe focus a potential rising back here, able to actually focus that forward this time. Neutral get up, looking to scout out a jump. Khanage does not connect it, and that's a detailed into the short Ryu. Ikan going to be cleaning up stock one.
Yes, sir. 3-2, at least in terms of stocks, and Ikan now moving around and already looking for those angles, right? Like Khanage, he's looking for similar things. But now it comes down to how Ikan adapts to Khanage's movement, or in terms how Khanage adapts to Ikan's movement, because Ikan, he's just standing at shield, waiting, and then punishing accordingly. Nice parry though, but against the Shakunets, it's going to be a bit too hard here. Khanage trying to land, and now the first challenge becomes apparent, because Ikan is already juggling.
Although Ikan just still holding on to his double jump, right? Making sure that the turnip didn't actually take it out. But yeah, that time not enough drift to actually make it back onto the stage. I like the way he played from that situation, but at the end of the day, you are just Ryu off stage. You don't have that many tools to get back on.
Exactly. Now Khanage already looking again for those angles, but yeah, that's what I meant before, because we've been talking about this matchup. This matchup is like even the game, right? Because both guys try to get into their respective threat bubbles, but now if Ryu is in shield, he has to find his timings. If Khanage gets a correct read, he can do much more damage, but if he gets this wrong, then Ikan will put up a lethal combo.
It's a very explosive, volatile matchup, isn't it? Both of them have just such like explosive advantage states. And Ikan surprisingly missing that rising back here. Khanage just going to be taking stage control away here. Going to be stuck at the ledge yet again, able to actually Z-catch that, turn up on the way back up, looking for the early coverage. And Ikan...
Oh, the chase with the S-Smash too! I mean, we already know Ikan got this combo in, but that Bird Warrior is looking mighty dangerous here. Khanage already his last stock, and now with those trades, this is so much value for an Ikan, who might be looking for a game finish here. However, Khanage is still moving around. That side B might have been too much, but still, that forward attack connects. However, no kill yet. Ikan tries to recover, might be successful with it. Khanage, however, already looking, but not finding that lethal hit yet. It's gotta get dangerous. However, Ikan still keeping himself alive. Now recovering back safely. What's gonna happen now, Dara?
Okay, tries to go for like a little bit of a late mix-up there, maybe looking to punish a spot dodge there. And again, Khanage just not able to catch Ikan sitting in shield, except for that time around, baby, able to get the grab into the F throw. Does not actually kill, absolutely. But man, 181, 195.
Nice.
No double jump.
No double jump, but now Khanage, we know what Peach can do, we know what this man can do at Super Majors apparently, so now the British GOAT has to pull up something from the sleeve, but Ikan, he's already waiting patiently, now charging up his shield and now looking for the next close range attack, which would be this one. However, Khanage finding damage, important stuff here. Now again, ledge trapping, now he has to be on point, and if he keeps it this way, then Ikan might find his demise sooner or later.
Okay, trying to go for a little mix-up there on shield. Okay.
Oh, he's gone, he's gone. Okay, but good game one so far. Remember, it's gonna be best of 5 from now on, so those sets gonna be long, and Ikan already wants to run it back. However, Khanage has different minds in store.
Khanage made that pretty close towards the end, right?
Yeah,
as you were like saying, like anytime that you have any kind of deficit against Peach, especially if you're at 0%, everybody has like the 0 to 80s lapped out at that point.
For sure.
I feel like the biggest thing though was that Khanage was just not able to close out nearly as easily as Ikan was. You saw that Khanage was like able to successfully, you know, condition shield and then be able to punish it with like a couple of grabs, a couple of float cancel, like F throws. But ultimately, the question is, how can you actually go out there and really exploit Ikan going back onto the stage? It's going to be a little tricky to figure out.
It's very tricky, and now it comes down to Khanage to, you know, find those ideas in real time at least, and now Ikan, he knows he does not want to keep things close as it now, but he already found a lethal state almost. Another up air, another up B, another show you cancel. Might have been it, but Khanage for now staying safely. Now the combo has to hit here. Okay, the first back air doesn't, but the second does surely. But Ikan, again, the moment it gets close range, he knows what to do, and that kill power is certainly in Ryu's favor.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that Khanage was not able to like float in and get the neutral out in time, pressed it too soon, and then Ikan's, of course, ledge roll was able to go right through it nice and easily. Backing off a little bit. I can't believe that back air lift. Khanage has the right idea in so many of these situations, but then it's just slightly misspacing, and now it is Ikan getting that down throw, and wanted to get something huge on that platform.
To say, I'm used to that from Kazuya, but yeah, Ryu, it's been a while, and my goodness, Ikan, he's turning things up with Okay, up tilt, but no lethal combination yet. However, Hadoken doesn't connect here, but we see already on the damage that Khanage isn't a problem, and this should be a hard punish, and it surely is. Dara Ikan up 3 whole stocks.
Impeccable whiff punish. If I'm Khanage, I'm never pressing side B again in my life, man. That was brutal. Right now, though, Ikan dropping back down here, just able to space out Khanage, controlling the airspace with all these projectiles, finally fighting his way back on.
Yes.
But at what cost? 3 stocks to 1, getting a couple of up airs, but none of these are closing. How do you connect that final forward air? Or perhaps jump lead back air?
Yes, sir. And now still, Ikan with 2 fresh stocks is going to be so dangerous for Khanage here to not only find their way in, but also to, you know, get those lethal points here, because Peach's combos are really long lasting. However, okay, nice try with the F smash, but if it whiffs, you're done for. However, 105%, still living, still keeping that stock. But Ikan now, he's just waiting on. He's looking when Khanage tries to be a bit more naive about his approach, when Khanage tries to be a bit more overconfident maybe, because now the game is kind of falling out of their hands.
Yeah, right now Ikan just needs anything. Right? We're looking for an up tilt shoryu. We're looking for a down tilt shoryu. We're looking for a back air at this point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
just raw shoryu. Why not? Okay,
yeah.
Beyond my shield, DP. Keep it simple. Keep it clean.
ooh, so that game too. I'm trying to think about what happened here. Khanage was just like whiffing a lot, right? Pressing first in a lot of these different situations, and then Ikan was just kind of whiff punishing and then getting a little bit more damage out of every single hit.
Yeah.
But then again, I just still feel like, especially when it comes to the ledge trapping, especially when it came to the way that Khanage was like spacing some of his backers, the idea was correct, but the execution wasn't.
Yep, and now the inputs. This is the important part, especially in bracket, because with Peach you have long-lasting combos. Everything has to be on point, and this is hard, of course, we know that. But with Ryu, the inputs might be hard as well, but they are much shorter. So if he knows his 1-2s, 1-2-3s even, then you're already at like what, 60% as Peach, and then the game already starts to crumble a bit, because with Peach you have to get it, you have to be close. You can throw your turnips the moment Ryu's off stage, but even then you gotta get those hits. But he's way too good with those dodges.
Peach is not a very forgiving bracket character sometimes.
Not at all.
The sheer level of like input execution that is required to pull off like those extended like string sections, like squeeze that kind of damage out of Peach, it is inconsistent even for the best Peaches, right? So going into this next game here, I'm trying to think about how this can go a little bit easier for Khanage. Honestly, it seemed like Ikan was way too close to him at all times. He could not get him out of his face.
But it's like the weird compromise, right? Because if you want to get on the broad stage, like PS2 or Carlos or whatever, it's not getting any better, because Ryu's gonna kill more reliably, while Peach is still trying to find their way in, still trying to find maybe some damage points, because if Peach wants to get damage, it has to be up close. And now this is the evil part about bracket as well, because now Ikan is 2-0 ahead, and Khanage has to not only think about getting one game, but to get a whole set against one of the best Ryus in the world.
We'll see how it happens. Going to be jumping into game number 3 here. They're going to be opting to go to small battlefield this time around. And yeah, already just pulling a turnip here. Able to land in, and unfortunately the down tilt went the wrong direction. Peach does not have auto turnaround. Does not matter though. You pick it back up. You got Ikan off stage, 78%. The question is, can Khanage hold this lead this time?
That's the thing, because now Khanage has the luxury of playing a bit more defensive. Yes, the timer's on 6 minutes still, but Khanage now finding the 105. Okay, maybe we can do some magic here. But Ikan already quick on the trigger, looking for yet another opportunity, and now Peach again moving around, but Ikan is being the one who gets the grab, who gets the damage. Ooh, okay, another side B, but this time in a way better spot.
Okay, Ikan looking for a jump call out there and just catching Khanage with all these different grabs. It's a really good call out that you have to change up the way that you're landing in some of these positions. And Ikan getting a little bit swag with the movement. Huge whiff punish. Oh my god. That is so unfortunate that the Toad just kind of locked you and all that stun.
Yeah, it was a lot of movement involved from Ikan, and now going for the jab Tatsu before. Not killing yet, but now, yeah, the pressure's on, going for the shield break potentially. Nice reaction here by Khanage, taking the hit, but now the tides have turned. Khanage is on the defensive now. No, in fact, he's gonna lose a stock, and Ikan ahead again, even with rage. So now the Ryu is even more dangerous than we already mentioned before.
It's all about the closing. This was the issue game number 1, and is looking that that same issue could still be prevalent right now. Ikan just controlling the ground, looking for that up air, and just punishing all of these side Bs. Khanage has not gotten away with a single one of them.
No, not at all. And those side Bs are getting punished day after day. Now Ikan, I mean, for him it's it's the usual work. He sees yet another Peach, tries to get away with punish here, but instead he's gonna get punished first. Peach a bit too fast here on the back air. So Ikan, I mean, doesn't really need to respect it, because again, the percentage speak for themselves, but Ikan still looking. Okay, maybe you need to respect it a bit more than expected. So, okay, going for the downs, going for the raw shoryu here. Slight punish, but not too big. Oh, nice reset here by Khanage. Khanage might do a small comeback here in terms of percent at least. The stage control is neutral for now.
A lot of the way that Khanage is playing right now is just looking for a lot of jump callouts out of Ikan, right? Just catching all these different jumps out of shield and catching full hops and something like that.
Nice.
But that's a turnip into the forward, and guess what? We got a little bit of a lead here, in fact. And if I'm Khanage and I'm holding a turnip and I see that lead and I see Ryu at 0%, I'm thinking of a disgusting little peach combo.
And I love the movement from Khanage right now. Again, 4.5 minutes on the clock, a bit more than that. But Ikan already looking for those interactions here. They're getting close, and now this is where Ryu is most dangerous in. However, Khanage always comfortable enough, but yeah, the jab special cancel into the Tatsu should seal the deal here. Now both at last stock. The bracket pressure starts to begin here. It's winner's side, sure, but Khanage wants to get a possible upset here.
What a mix-up on Khanage's shield there. Ikan just tossing out a couple of projectiles. Okay, getting hit by the second hit of the dash attack, and a nice little bit of a grab. Down throw into back hill. Classic Peach B&Bs tossing out the turnip, but Ikan spaces the up B well, makes it back onto the ledge here. Looking for these jump callouts again, but Khanage needs to adapt because Ikan was playing grounded and finally caught Khanage up in the air. What a reset.
What a reset, and this is all that Ikan needed. One huge string, one moment where everything has to go perfect.